What's going on, everybody? My name is Brandon Duchair Craven, and this is another video on the Rolling Wrestling Review YouTube channel. Now, this is not a WWE Monday Night Raw Top 5 video. This is not a WWE SmackDown Live Top 5 video. This is not even a WWE Pay-Per-View review video. This is what I'm going to start calling a random review. I did one of these the other day for Superman vs. Batman, the movie. Finally got around to seeing that on demand. It was a great movie. If you haven't seen that review yet, go watch it here. I'll post the video here, or the link to it anyway, here. Go watch that. It's a great, great movie, and it was an awesome review to do. This is one of those other reviews. This time, I'm going to be reviewing a video game. For those of y'all that don't know me, I love video games. Absolutely love video games. I love comics. I love movies. This is a video game review, and this time it's going to be the new TellTale series Batman video game, Episode 1, Realm of Shadows. First, we're going to take a look at the story. The story for the new Batman Telltale series video game Episode 1 is, it's got a lot of newer elements of the story, and I'm going to go ahead and warn you, there are going to be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't played the game, go play it, and then come back. But there are a lot of old elements too, like how your parents died, your relationship with Alfred, your relationship with some of the older characters like Commissioner Gordon, even though that's kind of newer too. It kind of reminds me of Batman's relationship in Batman Begins with Commissioner Gordon, where it wasn't all great, but it was almost like they had to coexist with each other. That kind of relationship. But some of the newer elements is like your childhood relationship with Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. That was something that was very new. It actually hit a lot on that in this episode early on. Your relationship with him, and also meeting up with him again. He wasn't Penguin in this one. It was, but you could tell he was kind of starting to go a little nuts, starting to go a little crazy. So you could kind of tell he was headed towards that way. So maybe in future episodes, he will be the Penguin. Who knows? Also, you had a relationship with Harvey Dent where you were friends early on in this one. You were kind of like his campaign manager. So that was really cool as well. You also got to meet Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman, early on. A couple of other characters like Vicky Vale, Carmine Falcone. He was a really big plot point in Episode 1 as well. So you really got to see a lot of that in Episode 1. Now let's take a look at some of the gameplay features. Nothing new to Telltale series is the QuickTime events. They returned for this game. Basically what a QuickTime event is you have a certain amount of time to press a certain button on your controller. And if you don't, then it didn't really do much in this game. If you didn't hit it, it still, as far as I know, did the animation anyway. So that was kind of a what do they call it? Kind of a drawback to it, a turn off to it. That was kind of a turn off, was that it did it anyways. I mean, but the QuickTime events are really cool. I mean, it set up some really cool animations. Also, the graphics for this game were more comic book style graphics and more kind of cartoonish, I guess. It wasn't realistic like most of the games you see for PlayStation 4 and Xbox, or PC even. So that was really cool. I really like the comic book style, so it wasn't a bad thing that they were that kind of graphics. The controls were very good for this game. Didn't really have any issues with the controls. You could also move around independently, like in the Batcave, and that was something else. The customization for this game was really, really cool. Like right off the bat, it was a tiny little bit, but you could customize the color of the Batcave, like computer and all of that good stuff. You could choose blue, red, I think yellow or orange. So that was a really cool feature. Even though it was a tiny little thing, it made it so much cooler to me. I don't know why. Really enjoyed the choices too that you had to make as both Bruce Wayne and Batman. That was something else that really turned me on in this game, was you could play as both Bruce Wayne and Batman, and the choices you made independently as Bruce Wayne and Batman really should affect the series going forward. I think they said it was going to impact a lot of the choices you make going forward, and a lot of the way the characters react to you. I know when I made some of the choices during my playthrough, it would say up at the top, so-and-so will remember this, like Harvey Dent will remember this choice, or Catwoman will remember this choice. Alfred will remember this. You know, so on and so forth. So that was a really cool thing to see, and it will be very, very interesting to see how that plays out going forward. You can make a ton of different choices. You could play as this guy who, if you were Batman, you could play as a guy who didn't show any mercy, who was just ruthless, who hurt people just for fun, or you could be more of the Batman that we all know and love, more compassionate, more, sensible, and, stuff like that. So those are some really cool gameplay features that were really, really good to me. Now we're going to look at the acting, which was really, really good. The acting for this video game was absolutely stellar. You had Troy Baker, who was Batman and Bruce Wayne. You may remember, some of us may remember Troy Baker as the main character in The Last of Us. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. Also, he played the Joker in Batman Arkham Origins, which he did a absolutely fantastic job in the place of Mark Hamill. Same thing here. He did a fantastic job as Bruce Wayne Batman in the place of Kevin Conroy. Fantastic job. You also had Laura Bailey of Halo 5 and infamous Second Son fame as Selena Kyle and Catwoman. Another fantastic actress who did a fantastic job as Selena Kyle / Catwoman. And I hope I'm saying this next person right. Richard McGonnell, who was Carmine Falcone. Some of us may remember this voice as Sully from the Naughty Dog Uncharted series. So that was a really cool voice. It took me forever to figure out who that voice was, and it finally hit me that it was Sully from the Uncharted series. Love that guy. It's awesome. Also, you had Ed Rytel of The Prestige and The Corpse Bride as Alfred Pennyworth, another great actor. Erin Yvette, she provided the voices for a couple of other TellTale games in The Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead Season 1, and Tales from the Borderlands. Those are all TellTale series games. She played the voice of Vicky Vale. Also, you had Jason Spizak, best known for Time-Lapse and Transformers Robots in Disguise as Oswald Cobblepot. And you had Travis Willingham, the husband of Miss Laura Bailey, who currently voices Roy Mustang in the Full Alchemist TV and video game series. Plus, he was also in infamous Second Son along with his wife as he voiced the character of Reggie Rowe. He played the voice of Harvey Dent. All great choices for the characters. Don't have a negative thing to say about any of these characters. They were fantastic, and you really felt pulled into all these characters. This game is not for little kids. They had a lot of language in this one. But let's get to my final thoughts for this game. My final thoughts for this video game is that it was a very good first episode for the new TellTale series Batman game. Cannot wait for the next episode. I think it's going to drop in September. The developers have said that every episode will drop by the end of the year, so expect all the episodes to be out by December, I believe. So, like I said, the next episode, episode 2, will be out, I think, in September. So, I'll do another review when that drops in September. I can't remember the date right off the top of my head. So, if anybody remembers, put a link down or put a comment in the comment section and let me know when that date is for the next game to drop. It's not out for iPhone or any Android devices yet, I don't believe, but that should be coming in September as well, I think. But I'll be putting a review of episode 2 when it drops. Plus, as always, check back for more reviews of movies, comic books, video games that I might do. I'm going to try to do one for Suicide Squad when I finally get a chance to go see it coming up here, hopefully soon. Plus, as always, my top 5 moments from Monday Night Raw will be happening next week. My top 5 moments from SmackDown will be happening next week. And coming up next week as well will be my the week after. I'm sorry. The week after will be my review of WWE SummerSlam and my review of NXT TakeOver Back to Brooklyn. Those are coming up the week after this coming week. So be sure to check those out right here on the Rolling Wrestling Review YouTube channel. My name is Brandon Dugier Craven, If you like this video, give me a like, share, and subscribe. I'm out of here. I got to go work on some graphics for SummerSlam coming up this next Sunday. So until next week, be sure to check out my top 5 moments from Monday Night Raw coming up next Tuesday, and my top 5 moments from SmackDown coming up next Wednesday. God bless you. I'll see you next week right here on the Rolling Rest Review YouTube channel. I'm out of here. See you later, everybody.